Christ. Here we go again. Another glorious day in the city.
At least it beats being a damn traffic cop.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd manage without people shooting at me every day.
Alright, this is Brandy here. Got Brenton, got Millhouse, and we're talking about 1988's Appleseed OVA. Specifically, the English translation or the English dub that's available on Prime Video.
Or other places, if you can find it.
Wink,
Kissy.
wink.
Kissy.
Like your local VHS rental shop,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Direct to TV. We're also going to talk about the manga somewhat. So, let's pop right in. I'm in.
Hacker voice. I am in.
So this is a movie done by Studio Gainax. It's kind of a sci-fi.
Little known studio. You may know them from their one piece that got kind of big.
Yeah, 2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
2000 Leagues Under the Sea, that's right.
My favorite Gainax thing, Panty and Stocking.
Penis and Stocking.
Oh, dude. Darling in the Franxx is true art and literature.
That's not Gainax.
That's Trigger, which is...
No, it is Gainax. It's the one...
No, that's...
Darling
in
in
the
the
Franxx is Trigger, I know
this.
this.
The pink dinosaur, right? That goes, honey, honey, honey.
Darling in the Franxx is the Eva, but they grab the woman's ass.
Yeah, that's Trigger.
I thought that was the last thing Gainax worked on before they got eviscerated by the Japanese tax code for cheating their taxes.
No, Darling in the Franxx came out like 10 years after Gainax died.
Yo, Blade don't pay no taxes. So,
Wesley Snipes' theory, right?
Appleseed takes place in a post-apocalyptic, or I guess not quite post-apocalyptic, but like sort of apocalyptic World War III, in which a city-state is founded in Japan, post-war called Poseidon, as a pun on made in Japan in Japanese. What a fucking good joke, by the way.
I thought it was called Olympus.
That's the city.
That's what the city's
Japan, the country Japan, is called Poseidon post-World War III.
I made this same mistake earlier, but like across 3 different names, and Brandy actually went down the list to correct me.
Listen,
It was a good
Aegis is the government. Gaia is the supercomputer in the city of Olympus.
Yeah,
Ran by Athena.
I got
Yeah.
a lot of them wrong.
Kinda. She's not... I guess she's kind of the big boss in the OVA, but in the manga she's a bit more subservient. As a Bioroid, she can't be the big governor dude.
So both me and Brandy have read a good chunk of the manga, but neither of us have finished it at this point.
I'm about to start chapter 19.
Yeah, I'm like at chapter 16. There's only like 25 chapters, so it's not crazy long, but it's not... You don't need to finish it to talk about the OVA, and that's what we're going to talk about. But I would like to talk about it a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I want to start with the way the manga opens versus the OVA. Because
Yeah.
the OVA starts with, like, chapter, was it 3 or 4?
Yeah, it starts... after like 3 or 4 chapters, give or take.
Even down to, like, I'll blow the fucking kids' heads off.
If we don't get what we want, then you can whistle Dixie. You get us our fucking truck or the kids are gonna eat lead.
Actually, don't play clip. Instead, play the clip of Tony Soprano talking to Meadow about her boyfriend.
All right.
Actually, don't play that clip, but that clip's good.
Hey,
I'm cutting
Tony.
this.
Hey, Tony. What's the deal with biroids?
You know what I'm saying is, they come to Olympus, these originals, these humans, and they don't even learn the language.
Shit, now you're gonna have to play that clip.
I do.
Yeah,
Uncle Ben's rice.
Actually, I think when they get into the city is a little bit farther in, because most of the OVA adapts the second arc of the manga, because the first arc is them getting in.
Well, the way the manga starts is wild. They're hanging out in, I want to say it was like post-apocalypse New York, though it might have been post-apocalypse, a city, like a fucked up city state.
New
And
York.
Hitomi, the Bioroid that collects foreigners and brings them in, as a hobby,
is
not
she
her
a
job.
Bioroid or is she an artificial?
Bioroids are artificials.
Okay. They kind of make a distinction between them in the manga a little bit, but
I think you're thinking of
it's
cyborgs and Bioroids.
yeah, probably.
Because cyborgs are combat enhanced people who I think it's really cool when they get into them in the fucking, I want to say it was chapter 16 or 17, with the fucking, you gotta kill them on sight, you can't capture them alive because they got built-in radios. And after that operation, they get the heart monitor at fucking Q, so like you can't take them out without them knowing.
Speaking of cyborgs, best character, Reros.
Reros is so fucking great.
He is great.
They changed his name in the fucking English dub play clip.
Hey, look, Dunan and Bulieris are here.
Christ, I thought you guys had gone on leave. What brings you back here?
Leave my ass. They've been on their goddamn honeymoon.
Hey, Dunan, if it didn't work out, I'll be your new boyfriend.
Bang! Bang, 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 bang!
Hey, Bulieris, there are some messages on your phone. Most of them from women.
Thanks. Huh?
I love Nero Andrewell.
Yeah.
He's voiced by the voice of Bato,
play
right?
DMC one clip.
He's voiced by the voice of Bato, right?
I think so. I remember that. He's definitely the best version of Bato's character from the Ghost in the Shell movie.
I think the dub cast is pretty solid.
I feel Dooman's really done great.
Yeah, Dunan's great.
Karen has some whatever lines, but I really appreciate the way his character goes through it.
How could this happen? What am I policing for?
I think the OVA does a lot of really fun stuff. I think it has some really well animated action scenes throughout as well. Like that whole first opening hostage situation is super fun and it's pretty dynamic. And I think like that very end final action scene is also like a big testament to Gainax's skill as a studio.
Absolutely.
I do think because they cut some stuff from the manga, the plot feels a little thinner than it should be.
The end goal plan for Karen doesn't make sense in the context of what he's doing, because he's just giving a terrorist a weapon. Oh, let's do the plot synopsis real quick.
Oh yeah.
The OVA starts, and it's a hostage situation where some guys are in an office building, and they're getting some documents on the new weapon, a Spire platform. And while in there, guys yelling, "I'm gonna blow these fucking kids' brains out." One of the guys needs to go use the restroom. And so he goes to the restroom, they capture him alive, but they end up gunning down the rest of the people on the team. We see the terrorist, Sebastian, if I remember correctly, burning documents and putting the ashes in a toilet. At the end of that scene, he ends up killing 2 officers and leaving a booby trap for Dooman and Briars, which is what causes them to take special interest in him and start chasing him down. This results in the leader of the city, Athena, taking notice in them. Though at first just a hologram, they do later meet in person. And she orders them to specifically kill Sebastian and not give him, not arrest him, just kill on sight.
I think this is another part where there's like a decent change from the manga between the OVA and the manga is at this point you learn a lot about Dwernin's squad, and Byros isn't on the squad. And in the manga, they're just like a bunch of former special forces killers. So only Dwernin is trying to take people alive at this point, while her whole squad instantly goes for kills. So that kind of order is basically not even needed. But also they're not chasing the same kind of terrorist in the manga.
I wish I could escape from this gilded cage. Free to fly away like you, my little friend. Back to the real world I've all but forgotten.
Flea? Flea? Are you in the studio?
Flare!
So, in the anime, the setup is that there's this cop, Karen, whose wife killed himself because she couldn't adapt to life in Olympus. Olympus being, a post-apocalyptic city, but it's a paradise. No poverty, everyone's got jobs they're eating, no homeless people. But 4 out of 5 people are biroids, synthetic people, who exist and are designed to live well in the city and to, function well, making it a sort of human zoo. And so Karen wants to dismantle it because humans need to be free. They need to have, they need to experience to live, suffer, fight, and work for things rather than just exist.
You want to hear a fact about real human zoos?
Sure thing.
The last year that someone was in a human zoo, the year that they were released was 1973.
Where was this zoo?
I think it was in Belgium.
Why? Sorry, what?
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast on them the other day, and that fact was presented, and I went, "Oh wow, that's real late for someone to be in a zoo."
Yeah, we should bring up the information on screen now.
I was already going to do that, but because you told me to, instead I'm going to play a clip of someone swinging their dick in the air.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Excalibur.
So in the manga, the setup for the same events to happen is very different. There's a council of biroids that kind of control the city, or the high council of the city.
Actual gaggle of fools.
Gaggle of fools.
By the way, they announced to the city at some point that they're like, we're gonna make everybody biroids.
That's not what happens. They talk about it in a council meeting, like a
True.
Senate meeting, basically.
True, but the way they announce it is actually one of the they're like, guys, we promise it's not brainwashing, and we promise we're not gonna force you. But yeah, we're gonna brainwash and force you to be cool.
You're all gonna work in our society. If humanity can't fit in the society, that's humanity's fault. A bit of a fucking, platonic mindset. Well, the platonic grindset, if you would. And so Gaia, being a proper intellectual philosopher, just, decides, we need to kill all biroids, they're the problem. Don't leave a single one alive.
Behead biroids, curb stomp biroids, throw pregnant biroids into wood chippers.
Actually, I do want to bring up another thing about biroids. Bryros sees what was one of his old colleagues from the war, and he goes up to him and he goes, "Brosif, it's been so long, it's so nice to see you." And the guy goes, "Who the fuck are you? Get off me, get out of here," and walks away. And Bryros gets told at that point that a lot of the biroids are made from clones of people who signed away their DNA rights when they joined militaries or other stuff. And he goes home to talk to his roommate. This is in the manga, of course. And he just goes, "Fuck those biroids! God damn it, they would do this to me!" And honestly, I totally sympathize with that, because that seems like it would be so emotionally shattering.
It's a shame that isn't true.
Yeah, in the manga, that guy turns out to actually be his friend. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Fucking dickhead. But, so the plan they have is this. In the OVA, they're going to kidnap Hitomi, who's a biroid who has the genetic code to shut down Gaia. Milhouse commented as we watched, shuts down their water too.
And the power.
It just completely fucks over the whole city. It's actually hilarious.
They have salt water by them, but they're in the middle of a desert.
Oh my god.
And so the plan is they're going to use Hitomi to shut it down. And then a terrorist is going to hold of the tank platform, and he's going to fuck shit up. Or spider platforms is what they're called.
Yeah, something like that.
In the manga, there are 8 of them. They've already been produced, and they're going to hang out in a parade. And Gaia, already having control over them, starts laying waste to the city. And the way they're able to eventually beat it is they cut off the communications from each other so they can't cover each other.
It's a pretty cool scene, like, action-wise. I kind of feel like if that happened to my city, though, if the computer that controlled it, like, decided to, you know, slaughter, like, 9 buildings, I don't think I'd live in that city anymore.
Well, they got rid of Gaia in the manga. And, you know, you could trust the Biroids not to take advantage of people.
Filthy damn biroids.
80% of the people in this city are biodroids designed for life here. They're programmed to operate in this environment from birth.
What else happens in this? Like, Charon gives that cool speech about the human zoo at the end.
Whoa. We forgot to mention the second fight scene, where after completely losing his entire squad, he goes, "Hey man, can I get another squad?"
Oh yeah.
Guess what happens to that squad?
Completely.
Yeah, you know what? It is pretty sick, though. It is pretty sick.
Dad, I know I wrecked your Ferrari, but you gotta give me the Lamborghini.
Please, it's just I only wrapped around one tree and killed 2 hookers.
Oh.
That's not even like...
Karen being like, listen, man, I'm a cop, you're a terrorist, supply and demand.
That's not even Matthew Broderick bad.
What did he do again?
Creamed a whole family.
He didn't go to prison for that.
Nope.
You don't know why? Because he was able to act guilty. And when you feel guilty, you can't be convicted guilty. That's double jeopardy. And today's Daily Double on Jeopardy is... How old was that girl with Jared? Should he have gone to prison? Figure out next time. Truth or fiction.
Oh, Millhouse, I want to pitch a bit to you that I thought of earlier. Just a new guy I was thinking of. Imagine a guy who never... who misheard about Mentos and Coke, and so he's dropping M&Ms and Sprite. So he's just like, yo, check it out, to his friends, and he pours a bag of M&Ms into Sprite, and then they dissolve after a little bit, and he's like, fucking sick, am I right? That's
Brown
it.
Sprite. Brown Sprite and brown crap?
That's it, that's it.
Drinking that sludge at the bottom. Yo, I'm peeking on this Sprite M&M sludge. Who am I?
We're gonna take you back to the past to watch the shitty anime that sucks ass. We'd rather drink Sprite sludge and down it with Monster. What's it called? The Beast. Grab the can.
Oh, we're of course. Oh, it's gone.
It's
Yo,
gone.
white citrus fucking dog shit monster. Yo, hello. Hello there, and I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered, so you don't have to. Today, we're gonna be reviewing Appleseeds. What were they thinking?
What's up, YouTube? I am the irate gamer, and I am here to review the Appleseed Shit Cube.
You know, have you ever seen Roseanne's Baby or Citizen Kane? Movie Bob here, and I'm taking a break from my personal Vietnam to talk about Appleseed.
All right,
Lindsay Ellis, you better respond.
All right, that's enough of that.
Hi everybody, Binging with Babish here. I'm here to show you how to make an
It's time to
Appleseed
stop.
pie.
Yo, what's the guy that do the fucking cooking channel on college? Play clip.
Oh, Weaver Cook.
We were cooked.
No, it's Pedophile Pete.
Shit. Yo,
Hello,
you put the
Wildcats.
cheese in the microwave, then you put the chili in the microwave. Be sure to stir it in the microwave.
When he microwaves the knife that he puts in the rice-a-roni. When he strains the spaghetti right onto the floor.
Fuck you, I was gonna mention that.
Oh man. So, how do you guys feel about old school Gynax action scenes?
Sorry, I'm still thinking about Weaver.
Bubblegum Crisis.
I've been meaning to watch that actually. It's
Well, I
on my
haven't.
to-do list.
This is not the best Gynax action because that goes to Gurren Lagann,
I think you meant to say to his and her circumstances.
but it's some damn good Gynax action. Honestly, when it comes to what I think is my favorite, like, literal just pieces of Gynax animation, Daikon 4 is awesome.
Daikon 5, you mean?
Well, yeah, sorry, that one.
Play Daikon 5 from FLCL.
I thought that was that game by Doom guy. Fucking. I almost called him Rick Moranis.
No, Daikatana?
Daikatana.
Yeah, by Rick Moranis.
By Rick Moranis.
No,
Okay,
it's by John Trafari.
please play a clip from Little Shop of Horrors. I don't care which one.
Oh, mama. Honey, I shrunk my katana.
Anyways, I thought it was really good, the scene where Belros, the robot, said, "I'm so fucked up." After
I'm
releasing
such
his,
a fucking robot.
after releasing his cyborg juice
I think the
over Hitami.
one part of the OVA doesn't get that the manga has, which is, yo, Dunan, she's naked and buff. And Briars, he's hot.
Yeah, Duerne is constantly in her underwear, like she's Ridley from Aliens.
Oh, she literally wears the outfit in, like, chapter 16.
No.
It is wild, because it looks almost like early Araki in, like, the upper body back, and then lower body, it's just like, butt.
Have you guys ever read the Japanese manga, Cybernetic Riot Police?
No, I haven't.
It's called Ghost in the Shell, retard.
Mm.
Oh, I actually didn't know
still
that
haven't.
That's,
Neither have I.
I
watched
didn't know
the movie.
That's how that's translated.
Alright, so let's talk about Ghost in the Shell for a second. Ghost in the Shell is about what if you could be invisible.
Ghost in the Shell
And
is
you,
actually
all you had to do was flip your ring around, and you could kill the king, fuck his wife, and become the king. But at the end, you need to mix up with a AI kid, so you no longer want to have sex with women.
Actually, Ghost in the Shell is
Gay in the Shell.
What if your mom ran on batteries?
You know what?
Joke
For that
thief.
first bit, I thought you were doing Oedipus Rex. Oedipus Rex. Play the clip.
What? What is Oedipus Rex?
So, do you know who Sophocles is?
Yeah, I know who Sophocles is.
No.
Yeah, he wrote the Japanese manga Neon Genesis Evangelion. Play the clip.
But I know
Stop
what-
telling me to play.
So
As the
fucking
editor, you
please.
don't get to keep telling me what to do.
You should not play any of these clips.
Yeah, don't play any clips.
Hi. Is it ready yet?
Yeah, sure it's ready, just as you requested, right? There. As you said, I've made the armor half thickness all round.
Excellent.
I don't want to tell you your business or anything, but you won't get much protection from it now.
Yeah, I know.
Well, okay, it's your funeral. And believe me, it will be if anybody uses armor-piercing bullets on you.
Hey, let me worry about getting blown away by some asshole out there. If I can get top speed out of this suit, I'll be too fast for anyone to get a shot off at me.
Oh, well, you know, if your chief finds
Hey, her
out,
and,
you'll be in
that
trouble.
Shinji
It's
fellow,
completely
who's not
against all
Shinji.
regulations.
Yoshi, his
Just
name's Yoshi.
forget
And by the way, he's
about
not
all
like
the
Shinji.
missions.
He's
Remember,
awesome.
paid
I
to
love
catch
Yoshi.
the
Yeah, he
man.
looks
So
a
just
little
think
bit
about
like
how you'll
Shinji,
spend
but
it.
yeah, he's nothing like him.
Anyway, it's like
I
you
mean,
said,
Yoshi's he's on that Sigma grind set actually. What else happens in this movie?
You get to like reflect on Karen's strategy. So when Karen's getting his I almost call it Peace Walker or D Walker, but no, it's when he's getting his cyber suit. I think they
His
call
Mobile
it
Suit Gundam.
his Mobile Suit Gundam going. He actually lightens up the armor and stuff so he can move faster. And Yoshi's like, "Hey, dude, I did what you said. You're gonna get killed the second someone uses armor-piercing rounds, or even like a higher caliber." He says, "Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I got that." Again, my funeral, anyways, right? Then he sees Dunan's fucking Metal Gear over in the corner. He's like, "Ooh, that's damage. What happened?" "Oh, that's Dunan. She always fucking wrecks it. I gotta get up to like the higher, more quality piece, but she still always tears through." And Karen, in what is possibly the dumbest thing he ever does in the movie, I have a list of some pretty dumb stuff, literally just says out loud, Oh, she'll make a great opponent.
I bet she wrecks it within a week.
I see. She'll be a strong opponent.
Don't you mean rival?
Oh, sure I do.
He looks at her and he's like, damn, I'm gonna have to fight that bitch for real.
And then Yoshi goes, you mean rival, right? And then Karen says, oh, yeah, I guess.
No. The dumbest scene for him has to be when he, like, poisons the room and he doesn't just, like, light them up. And they're just laying there on the ground with their gas mask. He, like, walks away and then they get up.
No, the dumbest scene for him is when he blows up the computer and then he turns off all the power on water. Like,
oh god, that is really
like,
good.
come on, have a little bit of forethought, my dude.
I really enjoy the actual, like, scene of him driving Hitomi to the spot to get to shut down the town. And him and Hitomi's interactions are great, where she's like, I'm a Biroid, I can't do anything to hurt Olympus. I'm not asking you as a Biroid, I'm asking you as a person to do the right thing.
Stay away from me. Remember, I'm a biodroid and we can't do anything that could possibly harm our beautiful environment.
Hitomi, I'm not asking you as a biodroid. I'm asking you as a human being.
Yeah, I actually think Karen's a really genuinely charismatic character, even though he's kind of a fool.
You wouldn't know this. In the manga, there's a scene where Yoshi does stand-up comedy. And Dunin, Briars, and Hitomi all go, and he fucking bombs. And I think my favorite joke from it had to be, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Everybody having a good time so far? Yeah, I'm kind of in a weird mood myself. I was on my way down here. I stopped at a convenience store. I was waiting in line to pay, and the guy in front of me put down like 24 donuts, 2 big bags of Doritos, one of those cheapo 1-gallon bottles of generic brand fruit punch, and the nasty, rotting banana. He turns to the clerk and says to him, my girlfriend just had an operation. She can only eat certain things. I look at him and I go, yeah, right. What did she have? A bong hit transplant? And then everyone I can't believe Joe Rogan stole that joke.
Yeah. I think my favorite jokes Joe Rogan stole was, when I was growing up, they didn't have remotes. They had George Lopez. It went from me, little George Lopez. They'd smack me on the head, and then they'd say, go change channel. And then he stole it a second time.
I can't believe Joe Rogan's tongue tastes so salty.
It's all the steroids he takes.
He doesn't drink water. He just drinks Gatorade. It's what the plants want.
He's cut all the time.
Yeah.
Look, let's just say it's like cement in my throat.
Yeah. He was also really fucked up when he stole the joke of, and when we were growing up, we didn't have remotes. We had Carlos Mencia, and whenever they needed to change the channel, they'd smack me in the head and say, hey, go change the channel, Carlos Mencia. It's really fucked up that he stole that joke. And
what is that from?
It's a George Lopez joke that I believe...
That Carlos Mencia stole.
Yeah.
And then I think George Lopez beat the shit out of him. So not George Lopez,
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
George Lopez could beat the shit out of Carlos Mencia. Fucking... He was like, what, Hungarian? Or was he Belgian?
I have no idea. Who's the best joke?
George Lopez was Mexican.
I know George Lopez is Mexican. I'm talking about fucking you fucker.
I know George Lopez is Mexican. Okay.
Bolivian, same difference. What is that in like Bolivia? That's like in. If I want to say, that's like in Antarctica. It's one of those like southern countries.
It's right next to Transylvania.
It's called transsexual Transylvania now. Get with the times, old man.
No, that's what they renamed Poland to.
Seed Castle.
Yo, shout out to my favorite anime, fucking Castlevania Season 4.
What happens in Castlevania Season 4?
Oh,
Gay vampire sex again.
Apu, why do you still talk like that?
Oh, have you seen that episode of The Simpsons where they change Apu's voice? It's pretty bad.
That's real? I thought that was like a crazy woman's online idea. What?
No,
Alright, Simpson podcast, starting now.
There's an episode, Lisa goes up to Apu and she's like, Apu, why do you still talk like that? Apu goes, I do it because I'm afraid. And so I maintain the stereotype, and then he has a different voice from then on.
No, that's the fucking like
no,
online article.
That's real. That's real.
No, it's not. You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Liar.
They fly now.
Edward Elric, you have to find the truth hidden within the truth. You know it in your heart.
That's right.
Also, they changed Dr. Hibbard's voice.
Who's Dr. Hibbard again?
He's the Bill Cosby doctor.
Why?
Oh, I
Because he
wonder
wasn't
why.
voiced by a black guy.
That's why they changed it. It wasn't the other reason.
Hey!
He
Who wants some jumbo
he
pudding?
was still the Bill Cosby voice up until several years after the accusations.
Yo, shout out to Bill Cosby, Little Bill. My favorite episode of Little Bill, by the way, is the episode where he takes his sister's soccer trophy and breaks the soccer ball off on show and tell, so he has to put his tiger eye marble there. And that shows you that really, when you think about it, Little Bill was a show for, enlightened, achieved champions, and people that don't like the show Little Bill are just dumb and stupid and they don't understand.
My favorite Little Bill episode.
He did nothing wrong.
Is when he hits the Twin Towers with a train.
Is that real?
No.
What? You what?
What's your favorite episode of Little Bill?
I think it's the one where he goes to the
remember
mall in Paradise Falls, Arizona, and then he shoots the cops. And he steals the McCrunchy, or is it the McGonads, or whatever they call it?
What?
You know, at least Little Bill is better than Caillou.
Yo, Caillou? I think my favorite episode of Caillou has to be the one where the mom's like, Caillou, don't swim after eating or you're gonna get stomach cramps. And then he does it anyways. And like, he's underwater for like 20-30 seconds. And like, the dad grabs him up, there's a bit of water in his lung, and Caillou never is able to like run again. He can only ever do like a fast walk.
He gives himself permanent lung damage. Hell yeah.
And then he like plays with his blanket. I've never seen an episode of Caillou. I only know about it through like the cultural osmosis. The kid show that I really liked as a kid, there was like this octopus one. There was like a fucking Bing and Bong from fucking Heroes of the Universe.
The only one I remember is the one where they had the lemur.
Lemur?
Yeah, the
Zaboomafoo?
Yeah!
What's Zaboomafoo?
It's the one where they had all the animals, and like they'd have like little animated segments where like a puppet lemur would jump around.
It's where the Kratt brothers would hang out with a puppet lemur and sometimes a not puppet lemur.
Was that the one where like Australian show?
Yeah.
Yo, it's like the Wiggles but better. I remember that one. That one was bussin'.
Yo, I didn't watch much Zaboomafoo, but I watched a lot of Wild Kratts with a younger family member of mine.
You know, a kid show that I watched a lot of was I, Claudia.
A kid show.
Yo, Time Warp Trio was a good show.
A kid show I've watched a lot of in recent memory is The Sopranos.
I've got a gun.
Alright, final verdict on Appleseed. Millhouse?
A genuine Pompey Magnus out of Pompey Magnus.
Brimparmabo?
I mean, it's worth a watch, but I'd probably read the manga instead.
I really enjoy it, but I think that I like the manga more because you get to see Briaris' Robocock.
Wait, I want to say one more thing.
What's that?
Is it Robocock?
I really think those soldiers in the helicopters are cool. I think I want to join the army, guys.
Yo, get that Dodge Challenger.